Well, it's that time of day again. We need to make dinner. Hello family, welcome back. If you're new here, welcome. I am Vicki and you're with Grammy in the kitchen. So Thanksgiving is over. All the leftovers have been turned into new meals. The turkey dumpling is gone. Now we need to get back to the routine of cooking dinner. So today I'm going to do something super simple, chicken Parmesan. I do not have any eggs, and I'm not going to the store to buy eggs. I have a shopping list. I'm going to stop by the store tonight, and I'll just pick up what we need, because tomorrow I got big plans, and I need a few items for those plans. But we're going to use what we have. So I got some water boiling over here for the spaghetti in this pan with no oil, no seasoning, nothing. We're going to toast up our breadcrumbs, and this is just store-bought bread I had in the freezer. I put it through the food processor, but I want to toast it and dry it out, and we're going to do it in the skillet. Now this is something you want to keep moving, that way it toasts evenly without burning. It's going to take about 5 or 10 minutes because the bread is moist from the freezer, you know, like the condensation. So we just need to dry them and toast it just a bit. I'm not sure if you can see the color difference, but it is starting to toast up perfect. All right, that one's ready. So right there I have 10 ounces of spaghetti weighed out. We got the water coming up to a boil to cook the spaghetti. We have our toasted breadcrumbs. I'm letting these cool off a bit because I don't want to put Parmesan cheese in here and melt the cheese. So this needs to cool. We have a pack of home grated Parmesan cheese, some mozzarella, and I went ahead and took one of our frozen filleted chicken breasts that we got on sale 2 months ago. Our new season that we absolutely love is the Italian dressing. Now I'm debating if I want to leave the chicken in the fillet size or cut them up in strips. I think we're going to do strips. The oven is preheating on 350. So I'm going to take our chicken and just cut them up in little strips, just like that. So I have the bacon sheet with parchment paper. Let's get our breadcrumbs seasoned. So we're going to put a good pinch of salt, some pepper, a teaspoon of garlic powder, and a teaspoon of onion powder. Can't go wrong with those two. I'm going to put about 1/4 cup of Italian dressing. Mix all that in there very well. We're going to put 1/2 of our Parmesan cheese in here. So I have 1 cup of flour. And like I said, I don't have any eggs. So we're just going to add a little bit of milk because we need some moisture. Just mix the chicken in with that milk. And we're going to dredge it through the flour. Remember, wet hand, dry hand. back in the milk. Let's grab another handful. We have our pasta in the water. The water came to a boil. We have the pasta in there. We're going to cook that about 5 minutes till it's al dente. Get back into the milk. Swish that around into the milk mixture again. Doesn't matter if they're all coated, it'll be fine. Now we're going to go into the bread. Make sure we pat it in there. And on the baking sheet. Oh, this breading smells so good. The oven is on 350 degrees. I'm going to bake these for about 30 minutes, temp it, and see if they're up to temperature. They don't need to get up to 160 because we will be baking this with the spaghetti and the sauce. So we want to get it about maybe 140 degrees. The pasta has been boiling for 5 minutes. I'm going to go ahead and strain this. So I have one of our jars of homemade pasta sauce, plus a can of tomato sauce, 2 of our frozen tomato paste, plus a garlic buck. I do want to cook the garlic. I just want to melt that garlic and olive oil puck. Saute it for just about a minute. And then I'm going to add the tomato paste to cook that raw tomato flavor out, and then we'll add our pasta sauce and our tomato sauce. We're only going to cook this for about 2 to 3 minutes. Pasta sauce. And tomato sauce. We're just going to heat this up until all the flavors mellow out together. We're only going to do that for about a minute or 2. Let's temp the chicken. See if we're above 140. We'll grab the biggest piece. That looks like this one. Okay, we're 150. We're going to call it right there. Now the chicken is not done. Chicken needs to be above 160 degrees, but we're going to bake this in our casserole dish. So I'm going to add a little bit of oil. That would just help everything from sticking. That's the only reason we're putting oil in here. I do want to put a little bit of sauce on the bottom. I'm reserving 1 cup of sauce to put on top of the chicken. Let's go ahead and add our pasta to the remainder of the sauce. The remainder of our little packet of Parmesan cheese right on top of the spaghetti. Put our breaded chicken on top of that. So simple. I love these dishes that are just simple ingredients but full of flavor. Our reserved spaghetti sauce. And mozzarella. And now we're just going to bake this 350 degrees until the chicken comes up to 160 degrees and that cheese melts and just goes everywhere. I'm going to guess about 30 to 40 minutes. Now the leftover breadcrumbs we're not going to throw away. We're actually going to, I have it labeled, breadcrumbs, Italian dressing, Parmesan cheese for chicken. This is going to go in the freezer. Because I think this will actually make a really good freezer meal or a nice meal to be able to take to someone who is, you know, not feeling well or just had a baby or a housewarming gift. So I think I want to go ahead and make a couple of these to put in the freezer really soon so that we can have a freezer meal if we need it or if we need to share with somebody. While that is cooking, I'm going to go ahead and get started on some dishes. If you're like me, I do not like winter. I don't like the cold. I don't like the snow. Don't get me wrong, the snow is beautiful to watch from a window, but to drive in it, to be in it, does not thrill me at all. I do not like the snow. I do not like cold weather in general. That being said, having a pantry with items that I know I can make meals from, having a freezer with things that I caught on sale that are in my freezer, I know I can make meals from that. And also, with all the flour and the yeast and everything, I can make bread. When it snows and the weather is bad, everybody runs to the store to get bread, eggs, and milk. That's a given. I can make milk from powdered milk. I can make bread. I have yeast. I have flour. I have all the things. I don't have chickens, so I don't have eggs. But I can make substitutes with eggs, like we did with the meal today. I just used milk. It doesn't really matter to me. But having a pantry with staples, with beans and rice and flour, and having a freezer with some meats in it, I can make a meal in a pinch. I love making pantry meals. I love just going in my pantry and looking around and seeing, okay, I have this item and I have that item. I can do that. And I can also make something sweet. I've got the ingredients to make a cake. I've got the ingredients to make cookies, muffins, whatever. I can make the things. So when the weather starts to get bad, now I live on the East Coast of America, right in the middle. Although we don't have bad winters, occasionally we'll get a bad storm. And I don't need to run to the store to get anything. I can make a meal with what's in our house. I encourage you to start shopping for sales. When you see meats on sale, buy them, put them in your freezer. Check out Azure Standard. Down below it's going to be a link. Go check them out. Start building your pantry. Whether you buy an extra can of this or that, buy your spices in bulk. Stop buying those little bottles of spices in the grocery store. Start building a pantry. So when things are tough, financially, illness, snowstorm, it doesn't matter. You are able to make a meal from your pantry. Our dinner today was things we had in our pantry and our freezer. We didn't have to go to the store for nothing. This chicken Parmesan was in my pantry. Chicken was in the freezer. The Parmesan cheese, the mozzarella was in the freezer. The pasta sauce and the tomato sauce was on the shelf. Pasta was sitting on the shelf. We had the things. We just didn't have eggs. But that's okay. We compromised by using milk. I had milk. I get it once a week with my herd share, so I'm not worried about that. And as for breadcrumbs, if I don't have store-bought bread, I can make bread. I can dry that out and make my own breadcrumbs. It's not that hard. Stop shopping weekly for what you need for that week. Start putting things up. Our freezer is full of things we've got on sale. Chicken breast, whole chicken, chicken thighs. We have some pork shoulders and pork Boston butts in there we got on sale. I do not buy my protein full price. I buy it when it's on sale, and I buy extra to put in my freezer. And this meal, the chicken we used today, was bought on sale. And that is our beautiful, beautiful chicken Parmesan. I do want to tempt the chicken to make sure it's up to 160 degrees. So I'm just going to go in at an angle, and we are there. All right, we're going to scoop out some chicken, some spaghetti, some mozzarella cheese. Oh, yummy. Look at that. Ah, that looks so good. Make sure we get the perfect bite. The chicken just has the perfect amount of little crunchiness to the outside, but yet moist underneath all that tomato sauce. And it was everything we had in the pantry. We have the chicken in the freezer. We have the mozzarella cheese and the Parmesan cheese in the freezer. We had our sauce, tomato sauce, pasta sauce, and the spaghetti on our pantry shelf. And we were able to make a delicious pantry meal that would put any restaurant out of business. I make 100% of our meals. We do not eat out. We don't ask for delivery. We make our own heat and eat frozen pizzas. We'll make French toast. We'll make some muffins. We do the things. Our dinner is always the more, if you want to say, elaborate dish of the day. But I always make enough so we can have leftovers. I don't cook every day. I do cook every 2 to 3 days because this chicken parm will last us today, tomorrow, possibly into the third day. Then I will make something else. We eat our leftovers until it's gone. We don't throw food away. And if I notice that it's not getting ate up as fast as I would like, I'll put this in a vacuum seal bag or a plastic bag, freezer bag, or I'll put this in a container and I'll stick it in the freezer. And that way we have an easy meal in the future. But this dish will make a great freezer meal. Just cook the chicken just like we did. Cook your pasta. Put it all together. You can either add the mozzarella cheese before you put it in the freezer or after you take it out. Let it thaw and then heat it up and melt the cheese. I like to think of foods that when I'm cooking, I also can make a frozen meal out of again. We did not do that today, but the next time I make this, I'll make sure I make a double batch so we can eat one for now and one for later. So good, family, so good. If you don't mind, go ahead and give this video a thumbs up. While you're at it, please subscribe. I would love to have you part of the Grammy family. This is a kitchen where we do all foods from scratch, from real ingredients. We don't use boxes. We don't use prepackaged things unless, like our seasoned blend, we get it from a reliable source, and I get all my spices and all my herbs from Azure Standard. Check out the link below and go check them out and compare the price of what you're paying in the grocery store. I have a video out there, I'll put it right there, where I talked about price comparison of spices and herbs. Check that out. It's very interesting. You'll be surprised what you're paying for at the grocery store when you buy those little containers of spices and herbs versus getting it from Azure Standard in a bulk, whether it's a pound or 4 ounces or whatever your family needs. Check that video out. And I hope this channel inspires you to learn how to cook from your pantry, how to stock your pantry, how to buy things in bulk, or when you go to the grocery store, buy an extra can or something, put it in a pantry. A pantry is not necessarily a room. I did convert a bedroom into a pantry, but we're empty nesters, so I can do that. But I have videos on how you can slowly build up a pantry, whether you have a closet under the bed, or if you have, like I do, a spare bedroom. But learn how to start stocking your pantry, how to shop when things are on sale. When you find protein on sale, buy an extra or two. You need to build that into your budget so that when you find things on sale, you can buy them. And that way, every time you cook a meal for your family, you're not paying full price. We need to get out of the habit of writing our grocery list and buying the things we need to get us through the next week or the next 2 weeks, when we need to learn how to buy on a budget when things are on sale. Buy extra, put in your freezer, put in your pantry, stick it under your bed. It doesn't matter. That way when we're feeding our family, we're not paying full price for chicken. We're not paying a premium price on pork or beef. We're getting it on sale and we're feeding our family according to what we have in our house, not what we want. The next video is going to be my Azure haul. It's not going to be a big one, but it's some good items in there. Right over here you're going to see 2 videos. Go check those out. They're either going to inspire you to get in your kitchen and make a healthy, real ingredient meal for your family, or to give you a chuckle. Either one is fine with me. Until next time, y'all have a blessed day. Bye, family. And we're just going to enjoy some chicken Parmesan.